We start today with breaking news from Pembroke. Convicted triple murderer Basil Borutski will spend the rest of his life behind bars. He's been sentenced to life in prison with no chance of parole for 70 years for the deaths of 3 Ottawa Valley women back in September 2015. CTV's Catherine Latham is at the courthouse in Pembroke. Kathy, we now know Basil Borutski will die in prison.
That's right, Michael. In fact, if you look at these numbers, adding 70 years before he'd be allowed to apply even for parole would make him 128 years old. So the judge today, Justice Moranger, sending an extremely strong message that this sort of behavior, this violence, this hatred towards women will not be tolerated, sending a message to really the courts across Canada today for those family members who have been waiting years for this trial and for this sentence and verdict to happen. Today, some relief from them. We heard from Natalie Warmadam, one of the victim's best friends, just moments ago.
Relieved that he will not be able to do this to anyone else. Relieved for the children that they may be able to get some peace knowing that there is no way that he'll be able to hurt them the way he did their mother.
Justice Moranger calling Borutski violent, vindictive, calculated, an abuser of women. And he took all of that into account for his sentencing today. You know, he says sometimes there's some chance of hope for rehabilitation, but he doesn't see any of that right now. So to repeat, Basil Borutski sentenced to life in prison with no eligibility of parole for 70 years. That would take him to 128 years old. So he will die behind bars. Michael?
CTV's Catherine Latham reporting live from Pembroke. Catherine will have more online and at 5 and 6 tonight. Thank you, Catherine.